How's it going, truth seekers, skeptics, and anyone else who may be listening? This is Designated X, the channel dedicated to bringing the very best of the unexplained. And we are back again with an odd, unexplained, and hair-raising account of the unnatural. Real quickly before I start though, if you could please hit that like and subscribe button and share this post on social media or with any like-minded individuals, it sure would help a lot and I'd definitely appreciate it. Thank you all. Alright, let's get going.
Are you familiar with the so-called X-Files?
I believe they have to do with unexplained phenomena.
More or less.
Convention and science offer us no answers. Might we not finally turn to the fantastic as a plausibility?
Logically, I would have to say no.
So this account is dealing with gnomes. A rather odd cryptid to be covering. Is it even considered a cryptid? Perhaps a myth or fairy tale come to life might be a better way to describe it. I'm not sure, but I'm open-minded. Who am I to say what does and does not exist? What I do know is it's a rather unique report, not just because of the creatures said to be witnessed, but also because there were multiple witnesses who all more or less corroborated each other's accounts, as well as more reported sightings coming to light after the event. So, without further ado, let's get into the account that would later become known as the Wollaton Park Gnome Encounter. The witnesses were a small group of children aged 8 to 10, and the events took place on September 1979 in Wollaton Park, Nottingham. They were in the park grounds at around 8:30 p.m. and it was getting dark, but there was still some light to see by. In a swampy area with trees fenced off to stop the public from entering, the children saw about 60 little men about half as tall as themselves. They had long white beards with red tips and wrinkled faces and wore caps on their heads, described as being like old-fashioned nightcaps, naughty style, with a bobble on the end. They also wore blue tops and yellow tights. For the most of 15 minutes the children spent with them, the little men were in little cars. There were 30 cars with 2 men in each. The cars didn't have steering wheels, but a round thing with a handle to turn. There was no sound of engines, but they traveled fast and could jump over obstructions like logs. They were also seen up in trees, coming out of and returning to holes. The children felt they could only come out after dark. Despite the disbelief of their parents, when told about the little men, the children were adamant that they were not making up stories. They also claimed to have seen the little people before, during the long summer holiday. Their headmaster interviewed and recorded them separately soon after, and, despite a few discrepancies in their accounts and differences on emphasis, the children sounded truthful. And that's from the book Fairies, Real Encounters with Little People. The account was also referenced twice in 40 Times, issue 31, and in 14 Times, issue 34, where it was said, furthermore, once it became public, other local people came forward to claim that they too had spied these mini motorists in the park, especially near the lake, and Marjorie Johnson, a former secretary of the Nottingham-based Fairy Investigation Society, confirmed that she had received a number of previous reports of little people frequenting this locality. On top of all that, the author of Fairies, Real Encounters with Little People, Janet Board, recorded this witness account based on its similarities to the previous sighting. Marina Fry of Cornwall wrote to me giving details of her own fairy sighting when she was nearly 4 years old around 1940. One night, she and her older sisters, all sleeping in one bedroom, awoke to hear a buzzing noise. One sister described it as music and bells. Looking out of the window, they saw a little man in a tiny red car driving around in circles. He was about 18 inches tall and had a white beard and a droopy pointed hat. He just disappeared after a while. So there you have it. The idea of gnomes being real seems rather far-fetched to me. But once again, I'm not the creator and I certainly don't know what lurks out there in the dark just around the corner. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. If you have an account or personal encounter of anything odd and unexplained, whether it be ghostly visitors, a sinister stranger, cryptid or unknown entity encounters, demonic or angelic visitation, extraterrestrial contact, or anything else unexplained, feel free to contact me with your account by sending an email to designatedxshow@gmail.com. See you in the next one. Peace.